Then you have this section here. It looks a lot different. This looks like a lead ad-lib that goes through the song.
My favorite part is learning how to make a complete song and making it our own.
I think that the information and the breadth of knowledge that these kids are receiving is invaluable.
We applied for an ECIA grant through the city of Richmond. Our grant was for $25,000 to run a 12-week program.
For 12 weeks, students from Richmond get to go to class in a real recording studio with platinum producer and engineer Ken Franklin of KLU Studios. With the assistance of the ECIA grant and the Pinkney Foundation, these students will learn curriculum such as songwriting, Pro Tools, running an audio console, producing, drum programming, creating beats, and making a final mix. LaShonda White with the City of Richmond tells us more.
So the Environmental and Community Investment Agreement was entered into between the City of Richmond and Chevron in 2014. So for the community grant program, there's $6 million allocated over a 6-year period. The focus is really broad in terms of the organizations that can apply to access money for the ECIA grant program. It is a competitive grant program, so people do submit an app. We release an application, people fill it out, organizations fill it out, they submit it back to us, and there's a 5-member independent panel of Richmond residents or people who work in the City of Richmond that review our grants to determine who they would like to recommend for funding to our Richmond City Council.
You know, the past 3 weeks, I've been learning a lot about music production and engineering. I got to go in the booth and spit 16 bars and even get to mix down my own vocals. And it was a great experience because it was a lot of hands-on activity, and it made it a lot more personal since it was, you know, my own work.
It's cool because I get to learn a lot, and it's broken down to where it's not all textbooks, it's hands-on, and I retain it more like this.
I like to make beats and hang out with people and understand them, and I like to hang out with KLU because he can teach me how to make the beats.
What I like the most is that we just go hands-on and we just don't go with textbooks, and we get to use all the equipment around here.
My favorite part is when we all get together and work as a group and no one is excluded out, everyone is included, and we get to use the nice equipment and learn about rap.
Yeah, well, you know, being around a studio environment is definitely a favorite of mine because I get to learn more about it, and music is also a passion of mine, so just being around it.
We founded the Pinkney Foundation, and basically what we want to do is give back to youth ages 14 to 21, teach them about entrepreneurship, studio recording classes, and financial literacy in the hopes that they could learn essential skills so we could break the cycle of young men and women, you know, being poor, especially in Richmond and the Bay Area.
What I like most about the RAPP program is that we can go hands-on with everything basically, so that's it.
What I like most about the RAPP program, it's a great opportunity for younger people to just be around just the whole music environment and just to see all this good equipment.
I think that the information and the breadth of knowledge that these kids are receiving is invaluable. And for a single parent, I'm excited because it's free of cost. And it's information that my daughter can use to help her perhaps launch a future career in music production or sound engineering, and it's just priceless.
Good. So you got 3 tracks. I want to keep one in the middle. Remember that stereo field I was telling you about? One in the middle. I want to spread the other 2 on the side. You can go all the way 100, or you can go You like 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You know, it just depends on how you want to sound. I want it to be wide.
My favorite part about working with these kids is watching their eyes get big when they learn something new. The feeling that, for me, is like, you know, I don't smoke, I don't drink, that's a high to me. And to see them wide-eyed and it's like, wow, I can't believe I just learned that, that's really exciting. That's what really gets me going. That's one of the best things about this program. It's the kids' reaction to learning something new.